You're good.
All right, I'd like to welcome everyone to the March 28th, 2022 meeting of the Delaware County Board of Commissioners. Would you please join me in reciting the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I'm Barb Lewis, President. To my right is Vice President Jeff Benton. To my left, fellow Commissioner Gary Merrill. We have our clerks with us today, Sarah DeNovo and Jen Walraven. We can begin.
Resolution number 22-212, in the matter of approving electronic records of proceedings from regular meeting held March 21st, 2022.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 22-212. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
We do not have any public comment today, so that brings us to item number 3, resolution number 22213, in the matter of approving purchase orders and announced certificates and payments of warrants in batch number CM-APR 0325.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 22-213. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-214, in the matter of approving travel expense requests.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 22-214. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-215, in the matter of approving an engagement letter between the Delaware County and the Auditor of State's Office for the FY 2021 audit.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion,
Good morning, Commissioners. George Kaitza, Delaware County Auditor. Commissioners, this is the standard engagement letter for our annual audit to be conducted by the Auditor of State. The audit fee this year is $104,263. That's $3,075 more than last year's audit, so it's just slightly more than what we paid for last year's audit. We expect the audit to be completed by June 30th of 2022, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
any questions? Thank you. Thank you, Auditor Keitzer, for coming over.
All right.
Appreciate it.
I guess I'll wait till you vote.
I know.
Vote on motion 22-215. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Thank you very much, Commissioners.
Yes, thank you.
Resolution number 22-216, in the matter of approving Title 4D contracts between the Delaware County Child Support Enforcement Agency and the Delaware County Prosecutor's Office, the Delaware County Domestic Court, and the Delaware County Sheriff's Office.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion,
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Sue
Morning.
Sowers with Delaware County Child Support Office. And basically, this is our annual contract with these three offices, so the Prosecutor's Office, Domestic Relations Court, and the Sheriff's Office. And these 40 contracts are required to be in place in order for us to get our 66% federal funding every year. No major changes with the contracts this year. There's just a slight increase, and that's basically due to payroll and salary expenses increasing. So I'm
Okay,
happy to answer any questions.
any questions?
Questions?
Vote, please.
Vote on motion 22-216. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Item number 7 was actually supposed to be
Thank you.
on the 31st, so we will see that again on Thursday. And we will move to item number 8, resolution number 22-217, in the matter of approving the request for statement of qualifications for furniture vendor related to the Bixby Campus project.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion,
Good morning, John Melvin, Director of Facilities. This is a little bit different approach to purchasing the furniture for the Bixby project, is that we're actually going to solicit requests for qualifications for the furniture vendors, look at their capabilities, their in-house capabilities, what discount and cooperative purchasing programs they may bring forward, and select a vendor to work with and purchase the furniture through the cooperative purchasing program. But this way, we would actually evaluate what the vendor can bring to the table up front and go from there instead of doing like a hard bid and trying to lay out all the furniture out there and have comparable bids come in.
And there'll be a building to put this furniture in by what time next year?
Well, by next summer, June, The current construction market is crazy. That's all I got to say about that. We're having some challenges with lead times is actually, it's mind-boggling on some of the lead times now. We're hearing 60 weeks, 60 weeks for electrical switchgear. The team, the Gilbane and M&A and the engineers are working hard to get a lot of these submittals approved, get things ordered.
So we get asked often, so if we say next summer, year,
Yep.
that's reasonable?
Yep.
Gosh, oh, boy. Never had anything happen like this.
No, but this is unprecedented times for the construction market.
Oh, gee. Any other questions, discussion, vote?
Vote on motion 22-217. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number
Thank you, John.
22-218, in the matter of approving a supplemental appropriation.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Karen First, Fiscal Manager. This additional supplemental was requested because there was a vendor change and amount change for the at-home COVID test that we purchased for employees, and this will allow us to pay the invoice in full. And I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, vote.
Vote on motion 22-218. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Thank you.
Resolution number 22-219, in the matter of approving owner's agreement for golf course road improvement at Rolling Hill subdivision.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Lee Bodnar, Administrator for the County Engineer. Before you for your consideration is the owner's agreement for the improvements to Golf Course Road. Golf Course Road borders Berkshire and Sunbury, and it runs north and south between South Colina Road and Cheshire Road. The work will begin this spring and is to be completed by December 1st. The bond is in place for the road improvements, and the estimated contract is at $387,000.
Do you know what they're doing, the improvements at all?
They're going to take care of the drainage and
Okay.
any drainage lines that will be improved. The roadway will be improved as well.
Okay.
There's a portion of it to the north that is not yet fully constructed.
Okay, okay.
Do you know if they're going to keep the road name the same?
I believe they are. We haven't heard anything to the contrary
Okay, good.
at
I
this
like
point.
the name, so
Kind of gives you a little feeling of strength, doesn't it?
it does. All right, thank you.
Vote, please.
Vote on motion 22-219. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-220, in the matter of approving a professional services agreement with Wolbert Incorporated for the project known as Dell CR 10-2.91 South Old State Widening Phase 2.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion.
Yes, Commissioners, before you is the service agreement for the design services to improve South Old State Road, and this is between Orange Road and Lewis Center. It's to expand it to 5 lanes with sidewalks and a shared use path. It's also to install 4 traffic signals along the way. A much-needed improvement.
Yeah, it is. It's the next phase of widening Old State and improving that north-south
Exactly.
route. Do you know when this is going to be under construction?
I do not. At this point, a lot will be, there's a lot of preliminary work as far as the engineering design, and then there'll be the bid process after that. But hopefully sooner rather than later, we all need it.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, there's, again, the phase between Powell Road and Orange Road was difficult and expensive, and this is going to be, I think, equally difficult and expensive and needed, but there's some challenging spots along there where the houses are very close to the road, so it's going to be a challenge for the
And it'll also be an inconvenience to those that live in that area too, which our phones will be ringing, I'm sure. But the good side of this is after the fact, it'll be done and completed and be to the standards that are necessary to continue its proper use.
Yep.
Okay, vote, please.
Vote on motion 22-220. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-221, in the matter of approving right-of-way work permit summary sheet.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Yes, Commissioners, before you, there are 11 standard utility permits. There's nothing out of the ordinary on any of them.
Okay, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 22-221. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Sleep.
Resolution number 22-222, in the matter of approving an agreement for inmate health services for detainees of the Delaware County Jail between Delaware County and Advanced Correctional Healthcare Incorporated.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Jeff Balzer, Chief Deputy with the Sheriff's Office. With me this morning.
Nick Carafo, Jail Director for the Sheriff's Office.
We're before you to ask for the contract to be approved for a jail medical services provider. We had 3 companies submitted bids. We carefully reviewed them all. We had a subject matter expert that helped us review those contracts. We believe the recommended company, ACH, will not only help us maintain the standards that we're required to with the jail, but also help us to reduce the potential risk of liability in the future. And we're available for any questions you may have.
Just like to comment that the jail is always improving its mental health services. You just have a great team there.
We do. We're very
Right.
fortunate in that.
I agree. I think the vendor you've chosen will be really good.
We're looking forward to it. They've done
Great
good
credentials.
things at other facilities. We've talked to a number of, we've done our homework on this, reached out to a lot of different sheriff's offices, and they all have very positive comments about them.
Oh, great. Thank you. Any other comments? Vote, please.
Vote on motion 22-222. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We do not have any administrator reports today, so that brings us to Commissioner Committee reports.
Let's see here. Who wants to go first?
You're looking at me.
Yeah, I
So-
know. Well, see, if he goes first, then you might not have anything to say. But then, go
Okay.
ahead. All right. Commissioner
Um,
Merrill.
Yeah, I have 3 things. First of all, I think it's, just for clarification, 10 days ago, March 17th, I asked for additional information, and I made a motion that we table a request from the Treasurer's Office. I felt that was a reasonable request as a commissioner to garner the information needed to make an educated decision. We have great, well-intentioned leaders from prosecutor, county auditor, county treasurer, and commissioners, to name a few. And each of us play a vital role in the function of county government. And bottom line, allowing the process to play out as it did, I think it benefited all of us, and I believe that likely in this case, it saved the taxpayers' monies because of the way it was resolved. So anyway, I just wanted to make that statement because some people may be wondering why it did not come off the table, and thought I would clarify. Other things I have, we had our annual meeting for Corsa on Friday, and we did it via Zoom, just it turned out it was easier that way. And it was a good meeting. It kind of updated everybody where we stand and a rough idea of what the increase will be. It'll vary a little bit based on appreciated value in each county being a little different, but somewhere around 4.7%, which in this environment is pretty darn good. And also attended a legislative meeting Friday afternoon at Source Point, and that went well. Our auditor was there, as well as our Senate, Andy Brenner from the Senate, and good meeting, and I really have nothing else other than that.
Did Sean Stevens make?
He did not.
Okay.
He's got, I'm sure, a lot on his plate right
Oh,
now.
I'm sure he's
He was
available.
invited, but he did not make it, I think for obvious reasons.
Yeah. I'm curious.
Commissioner Benton.
Just a couple things. The Vietnam Veterans Annual Ceremony is tomorrow, I think at 11 o'clock on the state, in the front of the courthouse. Always a good event to pause and recognize the Vietnam vets' contribution and sacrifices. And so it'll be good. Then there was an article in the Delaware Gazette that featured the grandson of one of the commissioners. And, I'll go ahead and tell you, it was Gary Merrill's grandson. He's been busy helping clean up the riverbeds and roads and so on with, from litter, and he was featured in the in the Delaware Gazette article, so it was very, very nice.
And very proud of him. And we learned about it from his mom telling my wife, his grandmother, that about what he was doing, and it was news to us. We didn't know about it, and apparently they went out at his request every day to pick up litter in the area, and so my wife set up an opportunity with the health department. We made a point not to make any connection with the commissioners because we didn't think that was appropriate, but obviously the last name kind of the giveaway. What was interesting, the person from the health department, Jennifer Way Young, has the same last name as our grandson.
right.
So people may have assumed that was a connection. It wasn't. They're not related at all.
That's right.
But very proud of him, and
Yeah.
he was very proud of it. And the health department really was very nice in honoring him and giving him some supplies to continue those good work. So thank you for bringing that up.
Oh, sure, it was neat, little picture, you know, of your grandson, CJ,
CJ,
right?
Connor, but he goes to CJ.
Yeah.
How
And-
old is he?
He's 10.
10.
Yeah, so it was just very cute. Nice article, good cause, good recognition, so that's all I got.
And I saw that article too, and I didn't realize, you know, he was related in any way.
But we didn't
until-
really want that to be known. That wasn't important.
Yeah, and I just saw it and I thought, oh, what a cute little boy doing his civic duty.
Takes after his granddad, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, right, and then I found out. Yeah. Yeah.
He looks just like his father.
He does,
Like,
he does.
Gosh, his father, really
Oh,
strong
gosh.
resemblance there, but anyway,
Great example.
yeah.
People in Need, last Friday, hosted a 3-hour community forum to identify the most critical needs that all of our great nonprofits work so hard in serving. And that included United Way, Source Point, Delaware County Public Library, the Health District, Second Ward Community Initiative, Delaware County Transit, Stratford, and then there were several other organizations. And they identified, and it's really interesting, the top 6 priorities that people need help on. First was readily available public transportation, including meeting the high cost of private vehicle maintenance and repair, and of course gasoline. So even, you know, people's car breaks, an old car or something breaks down, and, you know, then they're stuck. Second was help in things, kind of a self-support, they called it self-support education, such as help with budgeting, and for the organizations, they needed adequate continuing case management follow-up with clients. Third was available workforce housing, including rental and utility support. Fourth, providing food and nutritional support and then they mentioned specifically in remote and rural areas of the county. Fifth, expanding existing food and nutrition services, including the need for new satellite facilities. And I believe that one of the things Penn is talking about is actually getting out in the county and actually so people don't have to come into Penn. And again, especially now with gas prices. So I know they are working on that. Sixth was the affordability of existing houses. And what they mean by this was retired homeowners who have paid off their mortgage now are finding it difficult to pay their higher property taxes. So there are expenses, extra expenses for people who actually do on their homes and have paid off their mortgage. And People in Need has an excellent new brochure. And Commissioner Benton, since your wife is on the board, you may have seen this, but I wanted to, I'll give one to each
Thank you.
of the commissioners.
Had not seen that, knew they were coming out with it.
And it's great. I mean, it really lays out the support that Penn gives, and in other words, what they provide, what they have provided in the past. So I'll try and get some more of these
that's
for
in-
us here at the county that
It's
we
in the
can.
pavilion that we funded with a community enhancement grant.
You're right,
Pictures.
you're right.
That's right.
Yeah, we funded the pavilion there. Then, and people can go in and.
Right,
and-
much better.
Yeah.
Much better.
Before, they were standing out in the rain
Yeah.
and.
Or the heat, or whatever,
Yeah.
whatever it was that
Or
day.
the heat, yes, yes. And that is all I have. I believe we have need for executive
We
session.
do. Resolution number 22-223, in the matter of adjourning into executive session for consideration of appointment of a public employee or a public official.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 22-223. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
All right.